places where the map ends and the unknown begins, where shadows whisper and the truth hides in plain sight. Welcome to Agents of the Unexplained, the broadcast for those who seek what others fear to find. Here is your host, Bill Rigby.
Bill Rigby leads the way into the strange. Whispers in the static, truth inside.
Well, hello. I'm leading the ways into this one. I really like that intro and the outro we got for this now. But anyhow, tonight's kind of special for me because a good friend of mine is coming on. A lot of you know him as Blue Tracker, Dave Nowakowski. He is a big-time researcher, and he does a lot of research, Salt Fork, in his area, and he got some good experience. So with that being said, let me bring him in.
Hey, Bill, how you doing? Hey, what's happening?
Still kicking butt, buddy. Still kicking butt.
Yeah, right. Glad you have me on the show. I haven't been on a show for a long time.
Yeah, we talked about it a while back and then just didn't connect, mainly because of me. But I'm glad when we were talking on that one podcast and I said, let's hook up.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I had to get myself together. I had a little bit of a lot of stuff going on with me. So, how it goes.
Yeah, you're health-wise, but you're definitely got a lot better, thank goodness. You gave us all a scare there last year. But for the people that really don't know you, there's Jack Warren. Hey, Jack.
Yeah, Jack knows me.
Oh, yeah, he does. For the ones that really don't know you, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Well, I started going out to Salt Fork in 2008 on a family vacation. And from that point on, I had a camera, one of those cameras that, with the tape, the old-fashioned kind. And I was getting the hang of it, and I filmed something out there, and which I have on film, caught on film at Salt Fork. From that point on, I got interested in Bigfoot to be a researcher the following year in 2009. Myself, I'm retired now, so I don't have to worry about anything. I've done a lot of things, in the past since. Are you there? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
Since the past, from 2009 to now to 2019, and then I stopped for a while because of my health. But I'm from the Cleveland area. I lived, born and raised in Northeast Ohio, near the Cuyahoga Valley. I do a lot of research there. When it's up to par down there, it's not really heavy snow down there. But I've been on most of the parks, West Branch, Mohican. I've been Salt Fork, and been to West Virginia, Pennsylvania, doing research too. And it just got me interested. When I got this on film, that's when I started, in 2009. So.
Yeah, that kind of get that stuff on film. That kind of gets you going big time.
Yeah, but know what it is. You have other people see it and they tell you it's a bear and all that stuff. And I got about 5 minutes of film on that, and it's on my YouTube channel. So but I according to that, from that point on, I've been getting a lot of when I've been out in the field. I've been a lot of stuff that happens to me. Sometimes researching with Nat Man, a friend of mine, and a few other people that know me, like Jack and a few other groups. I kind of see everybody, you know, different places. I went to that in PA and Cook Forest. I was out there with them, and but like I
Jack
said,
Warren likes
things,
Cork Forest.
yeah,
Yep.
it's nice. I haven't been down there since 2018. So, you know,
Yeah.
and uh, so like I was gonna say, get back to can I get back to 2009? What happened to me at South Fork in 2009 at the handicap area? This one is I was going to ask. You know, this kind of shook me up because I just started in what I was doing, and I was at the handicap area, and I kind of was sleeping in my car down there, and there was two other people down there that I knew, and they were researchers too that I got to meet the first time in my life. And about 5 in the morning, I had something come up to my passenger back door, trying to get into my car. And I was sleeping with a sleep bag over my head in the front seat, and had my seat all the way back. You know,
Right.
I had with that camera, that old camera with the tape. As soon as I heard my car door hitch, I filmed. I filmed something in my window, which was a face that pressed against the face, which I do have. Never told anybody about this. Only a certain couple people that I told, and they said it was a bear that tried to get in my car at South Fork, and I haven't seen any bears out there yet. You know,
I haven't yet either.
but I don't think it was a bear. But I showed it to a couple of people, and they thought it was, you know, something. But ever since then, I started in being researching. That was, you know, got into a couple of groups. Went on a couple expeditions at South Fork and had an experience there with a team of, you know, other teams from Ohio and Minnesota, where
Right.
where Abe works. But that was 2009. But you know, after that, I went into 2010. I met some other I meet people every time. You know, a lot of people in the field, and I got
Yep.
to meet somebody. I was with Tim Stover and his group, Ohio Bigfoot Hunters, and we did West Branch down here in Ohio. We did some research there, which is Bigfoot's down there too. So
Oh yeah. I'll guarantee that.
yeah, that's 45 minutes from the house, so that's not that bad. But things change over the years, you know.
Oh yeah. Now,
Um,
I blame Jack Warren for my sighting because he's the one who invited me to Salt Fork.
is that right?
Yeah.
It happened in the group camp, huh?
Yes,
Yeah?
it did. Right,
Oh,
short
wow.
ways down the Buckeye Trail.
Man,
Yeah.
that's a good trail. I've been on it, so I know.
Yes.
I know.
It's before you even went down over that big hill to go.
Yeah.
And it was right before that.
Was this during the day or at night? Was it at night?
Just getting dark.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
Just getting dark. So
Mm.
yeah, it's all Jack's fault.
Yeah. Yeah. You got footprints and everything down there the next day probably, and you know.
Yeah. And you know, well, one of my mentors, he came to a camp out we had there. Wanted to see where I had my sighting at. He wanted to get in there and get close. It was none other than Fred Saluga. You know, there was a big tree that ran across the trail right before where my sighting was at. And, you know, Fred, he had his cane and that. And I said, I don't know if you can get across this tree. Yes, we're going to get across it. He had to get right in there and look all around that tree that was right next to where that was at, and the whole 9 yards. But you can tell he was a cop before the way he was investigating it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I wasn't the only one that saw that. Mike Bennett got to see it too at the time. So there
Wow.
was validation there. Uh, People can say what they want to us guys, but I got validation. I got another witness.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was in the group camp too, and I was sleeping in my car, and I was visiting all the people that are down there, and at night that creature walked behind my car, and I was sleeping in it, so I can remember that, but I didn't have to get out of my car or nothing, but I know they're there in that group camp, so you know.
well, the one night, the one camp out, I'm I'm pulled up into the very top. My Blazer pulled straight in. Um, Gwen Purcell pulled into her next to me, but I pulled right
Hmm.
up onto the brush. She cut the space between the brush and her car, her Bronco.
Wow.
And and this lady from Erie, was she stayed up all night with a flashlight and her thermal all night long, shining it all over camp. Well, and I'm
Hmm.
kind of glad she did because she caught it on the thermal and standing next to my Blazer, and then it walked around and went to the front of Gwen's Bronco, and
Hmm.
it was like she caught it all on thermal, but it was brand new thermal. She did not know how to record on it, so she didn't record it. But she was freaking out. She couldn't wait till we got up to tell us she saw it.
There's
It was crazy.
there's a lot of stuff going on in that camp. I mean,
Oh yeah,
every
yeah,
time you go there, something happens. If it's not just somebody yelling out, screaming, or whatever, it happens. You know.
and
Uh,
like when we talked earlier today, uh,
yeah.
you know, down Road 57 at the dead end, that's down
Oh
below the
yeah.
camp.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm talking about.
yeah, and people are freaking out about that area, saying how dangerous and that is, which I can believe. There's only one way in, one way out.
Yeah,
And
because I know a friend of mine, Steve. He had the log go across the road, and they tried to get out of there. Luckily, he had a chainsaw to get out with the
yeah,
cars. And one
yeah,
night, he was telling me about that. So,
yeah, yeah. I was told that story too, and that which is crazy, you know. Um,
yeah, but
it,
if there's no self service down there at
nope.
all, unless you have walkie talkies um, from the satellite. I mean, satellite. I don't think it's going to block the satellite, but
Yeah,
I mean, there's nothing. If you break down there, you have to tell somebody if you're going somewhere. You got to be prepared. Tell somebody where you're going to go, because if you don't hear from somebody within a few hours or something.
yes,
You know,
exactly.
I mean, when I say about, when you go researching, you may make sure you have a buddy system. I used to go alone some of the times myself, but I'll never go out at night again, let alone especially night. But
Yeah.
uh, during the day, it's okay to walk a hiking trail, that but you still got to be prepared. You never know what's going to jump out at
See,
you or
I'm
behind you.
crazy. I don't stay on a hiking trail.
Well, I go inside the other areas too,
Uh,
but
uh,
as long as I'm with somebody, they do that. I'm not gonna do it on my own.
uh,
So
you
uh,
know,
I might
uh,
I might just happen to come out of those woods. Uh,
yeah,
with
and that's the
411 again.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And I do a lot of hiking myself, and there's I go into areas. Oh, I'm going down this trail here. Now I go off trail to see what I can find,
Yeah.
and then it'll be 2 years this summer, June. I ended
Hmm.
up in the hospital with pneumonia, where I
Oh,
almost
geez.
died. And while I was in there, I ended up in AFib. And
Yeah.
all those symptoms of AFib, I thought it was because of my COPD.
Right.
Uh, uh, but it was AFib. I could have died. Well,
You
it's
know,
out
when
there.
yeah, before I had my heart attack in 24,
Yeah.
October of 24, I was walking 6 miles a week. I was in good shape and
Huh?
working too many long hours, 12-hour shifts. And that October 15th, you know, when I went in flight and everything else, so
Yeah.
whatever I did, you know, um, I kind of spent 20 days in the hospital. Um, but I'm glad I'm live now because I can do some things now. I'm backed up to about a mile of walking now, so
Oh,
and
that's good.
within a year now, because I have to get, you know, even when it's cold, I only walk around the backyard or about around the block. That's it. I don't want to go out too any further because I don't want to on the ice or anything, you know.
This cold snap, I became a bear. I hibernated. I can't handle the cold. I hate it. And when it's deep
Well,
freeze.
I tell you, go back in my old days, you know, when I started researching and I had the time to do it. I went out in 17 below zero researching up at the Cuyahoga Valley, up at Brandywine Falls, and I went into the ski resort up there, and it was 17 below zero, and I'm up on a trail. I fell
Oh,
and broke my ankle. I was by myself. I went by myself.
oh no.
This was back in 2013 or 14, I believe I did it, and I was up there where there was a sighting up on the top of where the ski resort is, Brandywine, and I hiked that whole trail down there. I got halfway through and I fell in the ice, so I had to turn
Oh,
around, and I made it back. But I'll never go doing a 7 below zero no more. This wind chill was 17, you know. Yep.
Mary Fabian and I went up to New York. It was in a February, uh, and it was 17 degrees. I don't know what the wind chill was, but the wind was blowing hard up there investigating. And it was very interesting. It was a researcher up there. He wanted us to come up. Todd did. His name is Todd. He wanted us to come up and investigate and see his area because a lot of activity. We found signs and that. We didn't really see or hear anything, but we did catch a lot of cold air. you know,
Wow.
and
Yeah.
I told
And
Todd
Bill,
next time we come up, it's going to be summertime and no more of this winter run
yeah,
up there.
and Bill, I want to talk. I want to talk about that Bigfoot Ridge area for a
Oh
little
yeah,
bit.
definitely.
Okay, I like that area. I know it's a primitive campground. They opened up, I think, and believe in 2013, 14. I'm not really sure it was. It was in September. I was out there camping in September when they first opened up. I was the only one out there. And it was a beautiful night. I was with a friend of mine, Kim. She's passed away already, cancer. She was a paranormal investigator,
Right.
and she never actually seen Bigfoot, but she knew. And that's what I was asking you about last time we talked about the blue orbs.
Yep.
Um, she's the one that told me to stay away from them because if you see them, they're going to direct. They want to guide you into the woods so you can follow them. That's what she told me. Instead of she said those are the ones you stay away from. I took her advice. She's gone now. She's up in heaven looking over me. But we had an experience camping in the tent, and one night we spent because this creature was right behind her tent, and
Mm.
I had all my audio recorders going. I was just new into this in 13. In 13, it was a little bit, you know, that's all I had going. No trail cams, no nothing like that. Um, it was behind the tent talking gibberish. I heard them gibberish, and the echo went across where the bathrooms are over there into the field. What happened there? We heard someone else talk back to them in gibberish. It was like an echo.
Huh.
Um, I had it all on tape. My tape recording stopped when I started recording the gibberish. I had them all going. They all stopped for some odd reason. I didn't stop them. Uh, I kept still in that tent, and so did Kim. And we were listening to what they were saying. And uh, ever since that night, we never got out of the tent. I tell you, we were scared. We didn't know what to do, actually. So
Yeah.
the morning came, and we looked at footprints, and we seen some kind of, they were standing right there, Uh, but I never told
Yeah.
anybody about this and we were going to go back the next night, but she didn't want to stay. So we had to take the tent down. It was in 60, 70 degree weather, beautiful camping area. It could be
Yeah.
camping weather.
Uh,
And yeah.
you mentioned the handicap area. We've had some
Oh, yeah.
sightings and experiences up there. That's another good area.
Oh, yeah.
Saltport.
That's a good area just to go there and listen. It could be anything with paranormal. I think there's
Yeah.
some paranormal stuff going on there with the orbs, mostly orbs.
Mm.
And the creatures are there. I got to think back a little bit. When I was on that family vacation, I was in that area, and I was in my wife's van by myself, and they were at the lodge still. My son and my wife, and I sat there in the van, and I had the windows down. It was beautiful weather, waiting for someone to show up, and whoever wanted to come up and visit me. And I had something behind my van come up on the side of my van while I was sitting in there with my arm out.
Oh
And I
no.
don't, to this day, it scared the hell out of me. I put it in gear, and I went out the end of handicapped road and waited for the person. And I told them what happened. They didn't believe it, but I was by myself, so nobody in that handicap area,
Uh,
But
when we go up there, there's usually 3 or 4, maybe sometimes that everyone at the camp follow us up there. Well, we went up there, and a bunch of us was up there, and when you walk down over the hill to the right, when you looking
yeah,
at the pavilion, you go down over the hill to the right. I was down along the tree line.
okay, to the
Uh,
right of the pavilion that's up there where the fire pit is, right?
yeah,
Okay, you're looking down to the right, right?
yeah, and I went down to the tree line on the right.
That's where
Went down,
okay, yeah,
and I'm checking it out down there. It's dark. You can't really see nothing. Um, but Tim uh, and my wife, who
yeah,
else was there? Several other people were there, sitting up in the pavilion. A large, dark figure, 7, 8 feet tall, went walk along the tree line. It, from the backside, come up around where they had that lookout point or another fire pit down that way, uh,
oh yeah,
and come back up around and went down along the tree line. And I'm down below. I never heard nothing or saw nothing. I come up, and they told me that there was something just walking over that way. I went, which way was it going? Down towards you. Oh no.
Well, yeah,
No.
it's mysterious down in that
Yeah.
area. I mean, it's like a lot of people, you know, but it's a good place. I usually start off there, when I'm driving around the park. I usually go in there and check that out at certain times when it gets dark. Since it gets dark early, around 8:30 in the after 8:30 at night, it's dark already down there. It's like pitch dark down there still,
Yep.
But
Uh,
as the time changes, it gets a little lighter,
uh, well, Bigfoot Ridge, uh, 2 years,
Yeah.
3 years ago, yeah, there's people camping up there. Uh,
Uh-huh.
they end up leaving because they saw a Bigfoot come up out of the woods and went up past the bathroom area.
Well, like I
Yeah.
said, the last time, yeah, by the bathroom area, yeah.
Yep.
Like the last time I was at Bigfoot Ridge was in 2019. I was in October. I was camping with Colleen and she had her 2 girls in her tent, and I had my tent by myself, and I was parked by one of those trails up there, right to the right of the sign there. I wasn't on my special site that I usually stay on, and I put my tent towards the trail, and I had a Bigfoot at 5 in the morning coming back of my tent because I set up a sensor light on the back of the tent,
Right.
on the bottom of the tent. It sets off for 10 seconds and it goes out. I've tried it. It's the first time I tried it in 2019, and see what they were going to react. I knew they were going to come. I had a feeling. And then Kim and the girls went to sleep. Everybody was out. That's the only. They were in the middle of the field camping with their tent. I'm near the wood line, so I knew he was going to be back there because as soon as they hit the back of my tent, that sensor light went off. I seen the image of the big creature on my wall. I'm laying in my sleeping bag being quiet, It's
Yep.
like, I don't know what to do. I'm not going to go out there. No. But then after he got hit with the light, he started growling and yelled. I'm surprised nobody heard it because the girls were all sleeping, I said, holy shit. And it screamed, a big loud scream. Yeah. And then I waited I figure about 5-10 minutes, and I jumped out of there, and he was gone down that little trail. But I knew he was going to come. I had a feeling he was going to come down there.
Yeah. There's times we can sense that. And then there's other times it's like, I wonder if something's going to happen. And like with my sighting, it's right inside the tree line. I was 15 feet away from it. And I didn't sense nothing. I had a corner of my right eye. That's when I saw a little movement, and I turned and looked, and there it was, staring at me.
Right.
I about filled my pants, even though I was looking for it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the Bigfoot Ridges, if you like it, you have to go. They're in all those campgrounds. I remember Fred was with me one night. We were in my car, and we got there at 1 a.m. in the morning, and we parked in that parking lot before you get to the dumpsters, before you even get into Bigfoot Ridge where the sign is. There's a parking lot to the left. We sat in that parking lot, and it was a beautiful night. It was about 75 degrees with the windows down on the car. And I said, Fred, you want to go take a nap? Go ahead. I'll let you know what's happening. I'm going to keep an eye on that dumpster and the sign of Bigfoot Ridge. I could see it from where I'm at, So I said, okay, I'll take a little snooze. And all of a sudden, these lights came out of the woods, all different, like rainbow colors, hit that garbage bin and banging on it and everything. It woke up Fred. He said, what are you doing banging on the door? I said, the garbage dump, it's all lit up with all different colors. Look, he looked at it. He said, what the heck is that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, okay, we gotta be quiet. And we're watching it. All of a sudden, it heard us. Whatever it was, heard us. Come walking down the road. You ever see the movie Frankenstein, the old one?
Yep.
Okay, you know how his head is all with the things in it, with all the electronic devices?
Yes.
Inside his head, huh?
Yes.
There were two balls coming down the road towards our car, coming in the parking lot. About 20 feet away, it stops. I could see right through that with that electrical device, all those electrical things in there. I was watching those things walking down, and so did Fred. Fred's seen it too. And he said, we don't know what the hell it is. I said, I don't know. I said, it's going to come up and zap us and take us. Right? It stopped when I said that. It just stood there for about maybe 35 seconds or so, 30 seconds. And it turned around, and it went out into the woods. All different colored lights left all the way through the bathrooms. It took off.
Susan asked, so why is it with all these ones you see that none of you have any proof for photos? Well, see, I was getting ready to type it, but I'm going to say this. I do have proof, and it's not AI. My friend Jay Fouch got pictures that you can see clearly they are Bigfoot. And he has pictures that are not. But the thing is, people say that it was all made up. It's AI or CGI.
No, no,
Yeah.
no, no.
And I'm not out to prove it to anyone.
No.
I'm doing these podcasts, and Blue, you have heard me say this how many times? I'm doing
Yep.
it to learn more
That's right.
about these
That's right.
creatures, about
Yep.
the unexplained. That's why
Right.
I do these podcasts.
Well,
I, I
let me.
got I got proof of a trackway that was made in the
Uh,
beginning of March 5 years ago.
yep.
5 years ago, beginning of March, it was still 30 some degrees. Nobody's walking around the reservoir in their bare feet yet.
Right. Right.
And it went for over 100 yards, the trackway, these 14-inch prints. I
Hey, Bill.
videotaped it.
Hey, Bill. I have my video from 2008, which I believe it's still, in my opinion, it's a Bigfoot, and I got him on tape, and I didn't even think about Bigfoot at the time because I wasn't a researcher. But from to this day on, it was behind the lodge, on the trail behind the lodge, behind the tennis courts when it happened. But it was on my old tape, and I still have that tape, original tape, and it exactly looks like something there looking at me. And you can watch it on my YouTube channel, and I guarantee you can, whatever you want to do with it. But
Give them
from
the
that
name of
point
your
on,
YouTube channel.
it's Blue Tracker, all small letters, 122 after it. That's all you got to type in on the YouTube channel. Blue Tracker 122. And it's caught on film at Salt Fork. It's been up there since 2008 when I put it up there, somewhere around there. And that's my first time that I believe I've seen them. But when I've been had a lot of encounters with myself and with other people, and by myself is the one at the handicap area when I have on film that something smashed against my face. Like I said, it wasn't a bear. A bear would have tore my door off, I believe. And he doesn't use hands though. He doesn't use hands to try to open a door. Does a bear use hands to open a door?
They don't have hands.
I know, but how would they open the door then, try to open the door and try to get me out of there? Think about it.
Only if they're able to catch the latch with the claws.
Yeah. But they were completely trying to open the door.
Yeah.
You know? But I remember that because I have that on film, and I never showed anybody with it because, I told people about it. I showed my wife, and but that was the second time. The third time I got it on film is when we were at the Hosa Cave. We didn't talk about that, did we?
No.
I'm gonna tell you,
And that's a very hot spot.
it is a hot spot at a certain time of the night.
Yes.
From midnight till 4 a.m. Everything comes out in those woods. Anytime before that, you just gotta get lucky. You get lucky if they ever come out any earlier. But it's pitch dark back there, and you have the moonlight over the lake. I've got rocks thrown at me and that man through the woods. He's got the rock to prove it. He collected it, and I was right there on the line looking what was in the woods with the green. They were all green eyes looking at me. That's what they told me because I couldn't see them. When you're close up to the ridge line, you're not going to be able to see any eye shine if they're real close to you. I didn't see anything, but the guys that were behind me told me I had eye shine right in front of me. Did you ever hear anything about that?
No.
Huh? Yeah, I didn't see anything in front of me, and I'm standing there about maybe 2 feet from the ridge line. I'm not in the grass. I'm on the pavement. I'm on the road, and I'm looking, and they're telling me, "Come back. They're right there." And I said, "I don't see anything," So all of a sudden, big rock comes over my head, and in between, Matman was like in between me, behind me, but far apart. It landed in between us. So I don't know what happened there at that time because I didn't see any eye shine, but the other guys did.
Yeah. That's uh, it's weird because I've seen eye shine.
They were green down there. It's green down at Jose Cave. I haven't seen any other color down there.
I heard red and
When
yellow. I never heard
Oh
green.
yeah. Okay, they're green eyeshine, and I've seen the red eye. I never seen the red eyes. Okay, I've seen yellow and a little bit of green, in it. I've seen that at West Branch State Park. When I first started off being a researcher with Tim Stover, me and him, Tim came across right in front of us. It was about 10 feet, 15 feet in front of us, and I don't know what it was. I mean, we stood there, and it didn't move, and I don't know. It was pitch dark. You couldn't see anything, even with our flashlight, lights on our heads and everything. And it was eye shine. But that's the first time I seen eye shine back then. But
me and Mary Fabian went up to Salt Fork. It's hunting season. We went up there. A few other people were supposed to come, but they backed out. And Mary and I, we went over to the group camp, which is blocked off. This is at night.
Yeah.
And it's blocked off because of hunting season. People hunt through there.
Right.
But we went inside the gate. We're standing. And you walk up the road. Then there's that little area that some people camp out at the very beginning. But we went up past that just a little ways and stepped off the road to the right, and we're looking around and found a stick jammed into the ground. And I shined my flashlight up in the trees and see if it could have fell out of the tree and come straight down. No, it didn't. I couldn't see where it came from, if it did come from up there. So that was interesting. Mm-hmm. Then if you look to the left of the roadway and down toward the swamp area where it goes down over, and the Buckeye Trail is still way up to the right to go down that way. 2 sets of eye shine, and they were yellow.
Yeah, yellow.
And they were wide apart. They weren't closer together like deers or anything. And it's like, okay. Hearing noise behind us. But, there's that drop off in that behind us. And I'm like, I don't know. And Mary says, my gut says, let's go. So we got out of there. And it's like, okay, we'll go. But I know for a fact there was 2 of them from the eye shine down toward the swamp area that we saw the eye shine. I don't know if there's actually one behind us, or it could have been a deer or some other critter. I don't know. And that was interesting. Made the hair in the back of my neck stand up watching the eye shine.
I don't know. I was going to tell you about this. You ever hear of Creature Weekend? Mm-hmm. They had Creature Weekend in at Salt Fork. The last one they have. I was down there. I was camping in a rental car, I had to get a rental car back then. And I went and set up my camp down at Bigfoot Ridge by myself. It was cold it was cold in late October, I think it was. And I camped out there, had a fire going at 3 a.m. Okay, I came from the lodge to go back to my car. I slept in my car. I had the tent already set up all day there. And I had stuff there, like recorders going when I was gone and things like that. And I in the rental car, and I had the windows down a crack, and it was still cold outside. And I said, I think this creature's going to come. And I was watching my tent from the car, because I had the fire burning, and the fire burn. Once the fire burns out, they come into the camp. Did you know that?
Yep.
If you have it too high, they're not going to come in. a lot of people likes to put more and more wood on it so they don't have to come in. They're kind of, have fear or scared or whatever.
They like to come in and watch us. And
Yeah,
to
no,
find
but I'm talking
whatever
about
food we
going.
got
I'm talking.
out.
Yeah, I know they watch us, but they won't go into the camp until the fire's down.
Yeah. And see what kind
And
of food they can find too.
yeah, whatever they take.
Yeah.
But I slept there by myself one night. I had two trail cams on a top of one on top of the tree about 7 feet tall, 7 feet or 8 feet, and the other one was in the grass, high grass, pointing at the tent in the campground. And I was in my tent for the night, and I heard something out there when I went to bed, and I didn't go out there. The next morning, the camera was turned the other way, the one on the tree that was up 7 feet tall, 7 feet up there.
Yeah.
I don't know. They got a hunch that they're taping. You having a camera on them. I don't think they like the cameras.
No,
They don't do anything. They don't do anything with the recorders. They don't care if you record them, because I had a bunch of recorders going. When I first started off, I had 3 recorders on myself on me while I was hiking the trail down at West Branch. I did a lot of West Branch hiking down in there when I first started, and all portable ones, battery operated ones. And I recorded everything we did, going constantly since we left the car, And I left one on the wheel of the car when I came back, and the recorder was having something on it too. Did you know that you can do that on your car?
Yeah. I've done that.
And I'll tell you, they know they don't care about the recorders. They're interested in the recording, but they don't care. They don't care for cameras. Even cameras in your car, you're the ones you drive around with, and you get the portable ones that you have in your mirror. They know you have one in there. They'll avoid that. They'll go beyond that, because
I believe they don't like the infrared light from these cameras either.
Well, I had one in the car, and I parked my car as a sitting duck, and I put an apple and a cracker on top of my hood, and then I went with some other researcher to go researching. Left my car there for about 4 hours. I come back, the cracker underneath the apple was gone, but the apple wasn't moved. And it was on my camera in the car. I had a green glow across that to take that cracker, a green glow on that camera. You ever see anything like that? A green glow? The green, very green, like slimy green going across the film. Like a mist. And this is at the handicap now. I left the car there as a decoy. So.
No, wait a minute. Green mist.
Green mist, like, going across the camera.
Well,
what do you
interesting.
think? Huh?
That's interesting.
On my film, on that little clip that I have of 3 or 4 seconds, I can't see them taking the cracker. They should have they didn't take the apple, but they took the cracker from underneath the apple. I don't know how they got it. And you can actually hear like go, and then you can see the green mist in front of the camera.
That makes me wonder.
Green.
Yeah.
I mean, not real dark green. It was like the Ghostbuster green. That stuff, that gel.
That's what I was thinking when you said it was like a green mist. That's what I was picturing.
Yeah, that happened. That happened, quite a while back too. But it was just you have a decoy, But I did a lot of things. I set up other things when we left the camp, and my tent's there, and I had a recorder going in a tree. And then during the day, I just put it on there. It's voice activated. If anybody comes into the camp, I got them on tape. If they're messing around in a camp or something like that, you gotta protect your stuff too, you know?
Right. Very much so. Now, saying about protecting your stuff. A week or two ago, there was a big blow up on Facebook about stolen stuff that someone else recorded.
Really?
Yeah. And the person actually went on a podcast and was using the supposed stolen
Stuff that was
evidence.
recorded that ain't theirs.
Right. Then late this afternoon, Gwendolyn Purcell, who has Got Knockers, who trademarked that logo because that's her logo, and she's got merchandise under it. Somebody on Etsy had her logo and the Got Knockers name selling that stuff without permission.
Wow.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of that lately. And please, Tracker, somehow mark your stuff that you put on there.
Yeah.
Please. You know, we got people stealing evidence and that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Griff, again, this lady's doing it off of Etsy. Well, she took the stuff down this evening, but I believe there's still going to be a lawsuit there. And I don't blame Gwen for doing that part because that's just nuts. Hi, Virginia. Sorry I didn't say it beforehand.
How many people are in the chat room? I can't see it. So.
Well, it depends on YouTube or Facebook. I can't I'm going to say about 30 altogether.
Wow.
Yeah. And I got a lot of people that will watch it by this weekend on YouTube. I checked the algorithm over the weekend, and it really jumps. But yeah, that's the thing. You know, we're getting these people stealing the evidence, selling the names. It's just getting ridiculous. And then we got these people using AI.
Yeah, definitely.
It's getting hard. Hi, Stacy. Glad you're listening to us. And please keep Griff in line. That ain't ever going to happen.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, so that's making it harder on us guys, too. Yeah. Because of these so-called wannabes.
Yeah.
And like you said, you haven't got out much because of your health problems. And same with me.
I've been out walking, hiking, and trying to get my exercise in, but not looking for that creature. But if I come across it, I tell you, Cuyahoga Valley is a big valley here. They are here. They had that. What's his name? Sid from the Monsters. What's his name? The show. He's out here filming.
Oh, all right.
Small town monster.
Yeah, small town monster. Yeah. Seth Radloff. Yeah.
Yeah. And they've been out here doing some filming in Cuyahoga Valley, which the areas I know about too. They're there, but I've had reports here when I first started, doing this, of two girls walking down this one road down in the valley, and the creature just comes right out of the woods and walks right by them. But that was a long time ago. Anything recent, I haven't heard anything down there except for people that post on BFRO and all that stuff, whatever.
Well, you know Joe Keski?
Oh, yes, I do, yeah.
Yeah.
He knows me, too.
There. Yeah, he had a sighting up there. And he...
I heard about his sighting about the railroad tracks. He told me that a long time ago.
I met him shortly after my experience I had, and I was still kind of worked up over it. And he got up and talked about his right after I told him about my experience. And all I can think of was, thank God mine wasn't aggressive. I'd be dead right now. And I had tears rolling down my eyes listening to his story.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, his story is really good. Yours is probably too. But I believe sometimes they're not aggressive. I mean, they could be aggressive
no.
if you're gonna
If
if you're.
the one I saw was aggressive, I'd be dead.
I know you would, but I don't think they would. If they would never hurt you unless you're gonna do something to them.
Or get
I
too
look at
close
it
to
this.
the
I look
young.
at it this. Yeah, or something like that. Like but it could possibly in the great Northwest. You know, the western part of the state. I'm sure they're more aggressive there. They got more land to run through. Um, they don't fear walking right across when a campfire's all that high. I heard, you know, they have no things down there, but here, they know you're here, and if they want to let you know, they'll come out and do something,
Yeah.
or let you hear them. Um, I guess you could just sit by the fire, and next thing you know it, they could be just walking around watching you.
Well, Corky's research. We was down at his place. There's a
Oh yeah,
bunch
I've
of
been there
us.
too. Yeah, I've
And
been
we're
there.
all sitting around a campfire that one night. And it's about 1 in the
Uh-huh.
morning. There was two up on the hillside watching us. Uh,
Wow.
Jay Fouch got it on the thermal. After Corky put out 4 or 5 of these buckets that had peanuts in them, unshelled peanuts.
Really?
And he put a couple glow sticks hanging on each side of it and hung them up in a tree going up the hill. And at the very top of the hill, about 1 o'clock, I saw the one start moving back and forth a little bit. I'm like, all right, am I seeing things or what? They start moving again. And I went, whoa, wait a minute. That
You
is
ain't
moving.
kidding.
And I turned and I went, hey, guys, the bucket at the top is moving. Everybody jumped up, turning, looking.
Right.
Jay starts shining his thermal. He had it white hot. I took my phone to take a picture because you can see two sitting there watching us. I went to take a picture, but that white just blared everything out. Everything was blurred right out. I was
Hey,
so upset.
hey,
But
Bill. Get. Have you heard of the Snowball Trail?
no.
It's in Salt Fork. Okay. It's behind the caves area. The cave. You know
Oh,
that
yeah.
trail that they have up there.
Yeah.
The trail that's up there. It's not on that side. It's on the other side of the cave, way back on the other
Yeah.
side. You started from there and you come back. I've been on that with a ranger friend of mine. Went out to Salt Fork with, and he was on off duty, and we had something. It was in daylight. It was like 2:30 in the afternoon. We had something in the woods tracking us on that trail, and I don't know. I mean, we couldn't see it, but we heard it. It was cracking branches and everything on the side of that trail. So we didn't
Oh,
go
yeah.
inside the woods. We were on that trail, so we stayed where we were. It starts on the other side. On the other side, there you can drive down and park your car on the other side of one of the roads out of the park and come
Yep.
up that way. At night. It's a little bit scary. Okay.
I know.
I was just, yeah.
Out here at the reservoir, I had one tracking right with me. I can hear it, but I couldn't see it. And that was one of my first experience of knowing one was there.
Really.
Yeah, and I got a hold of Jamie King real quick. Jamie, I'm up here at the turkey trails and something's following me. It's bipedal. I'm scared. But yeah. Mine was just at dusk. Hey, Ren. Mine wasn't at night. It was at dusk. And I've had reports during the daytime given to me. And different times of days and nights they're seen. And a lot of the reports, correct me if I'm wrong, well, they are crossing a trail or crossing a road when someone sees them. Most of the reports.
As long as the person's on the trail or on the road. Now, if they're in the woods, it's a different story, right?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
About Bigfoot.
No, I'm talking about the people that see them crossing the road and on the trail. If they're not in the woods, they're not going to see the creature.
That's right.
You know. Yeah.
Not necessarily.
No. Okay.
But that's the thing. Mine was at dusk, just getting dark.
Yeah.
And I've been at this 8 years, 9 years. And I've been in the woods all my life and never even thought about it.
Right.
And I'm always hunting, camping, spending time in the woods, hiking or going fishing, walking. I don't go to the normal fishing holes these people go to. I'm going traveling through the woods to get to one. Never thought it or even noticed anything. Of course, I wasn't looking.
Right.
Yeah, Virginia, that's true. Biggest foot she's ever seen is Johnny Freeman. But
oh, geez.
But the thing is that when you're not researching and looking, you're not going to see much. And what got me to look and start researching was all the tree structures. Why am I seeing them in West Virginia, Ohio, New York, Pennsylvania? And so I started researching. Yes, tree knocks. It does walk crossroads sometime in front of people. I actually took Tracker. I took a report, and I'm friends with the lady now.
All right.
On 376 here in Mercer County, well, actually Lawrence County, Pennsylvania, one got hit. Of course, in the paper the next day, it said it was a bear, but she actually drove past it. Now, I heard this story a couple of times before, third-handed. That one was hit. She came to the first Bigfoot meeting I was having, and she got up and because I asked anyone had any experiences, she started telling me a couple little experiences, and then she started talking about the one that got hit on 376 where she drove past it, and she actually saw where the butt was ripped open, seen clean down through the meat, and it was laying there off the side of the median. I had goosebumps all over my body from her set, and I stopped her. I had to wait a minute. You saw this? She's, yeah, I'm not lying. No, I ain't saying you're lying, but you actually saw this. She went, yes. I said, I actually heard this story third-handed twice, but you saw this. And I'm looking at people saying, oh, man, my heart's ready to jump out of my chest. This is exciting, and that was actually before my own sighting. Yeah, Jack Bourne. One of his two sightings was daytime. A small one walked out of the tree line and kneeled down with a thing. Me and I don't understand what he's saying there. And watching it at the monkey park. Is that the one with the picture, Jack, of that little one? Hey, Renda, that's what people believe, but they're not always brown fur. They some got red fur, some got white, gray. Uh, I say they got the hybrid drow. Uh,
Yeah.
oh, you know, the big boxer nose. I call it boxer nose because it's a big flat nose from getting punched too often. You know, the head was not conical, but sort of. Good night, Danny. It's just they're all different size, shape, colors.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That baby one was
Juveniles.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what the picture he had of. Yeah, that was Jay's friend from Hocking Hills.
Right.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting.
Yeah, Bill, in one of my videos that I made a couple years back in the old days, at Salt Fork in the wintertime, I was down there with the Nat Man, and I did some filming up at the cave area, and I filmed a female Bigfoot with her baby,
Mm,
and you could see it on my video, actually, between the two trees watching us. And I was scanning. I was doing my 360, which I do every time I come into the woods with the camera. That's part of it. You do a 360 with the camera around you. And that's what I was doing at the cave. And I caught something up there. I never knew I had it until I got home. And was standing between the two trees. She was there. And then when she see me with the camera going back and forth, she moved, and I see her running behind with the. She was. I got it blowing up. One of friends of mine blown that picture up. And it looks pretty good. Something running through the woods up on top of the on the top there.
right. Well,
But that was in the wintertime too. December, I think it was.
I know, like the Patty film.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the baby,
I
she
got
was
in so
pregnant.
many arguments. Well, how do you know it was a female? Well,
Because
number one,
that's because she was pregnant. She was real big on
and
below.
plus she had the big breasts that was flowing in the breeze.
Yeah, but I got it on video, but not as clear as it is. But she was standing right between the trees watching me that I didn't even know about. And then as soon as I moved my camera towards there, that she took off running, and I got her running through the woods beyond that. You could see the flash,
Right.
If there was a person up there, it would have been too cold to be up there in the wintertime for some odd reason. The only one in the car we had at the cave area. We were down there. Nobody else was there.
Right.
But I remember I have that on video. I have it on one of my videos I made. I didn't even know it was there. To tell you the truth. Yeah, my video. I'll give it to you. I'll let you know about that one.
Yeah.
I forgot what it's called. I placed it a different name. And you can stop it at a certain thing, and then you can go back and forth. You can see it going in between the trees and moving. Yeah. I had somebody go in. I had somebody in there go in there and take the picture of it and blow up the picture and send it to me.
That's awesome. But anyhow, I'm going to need to get going here. It's 5 after 8.
All right.
That
It's nice being on the show.
Hey, we're going to get you back on because there's a lot more we need to discuss with you. Anyhow, you got a lot more info.
I was going to go into
uh,
something else. We'll do that another time.
Yes. I got to answer this one question. Can Bigfoots run fast? Well, they got a 5-foot spread. They got a 5-foot spread on a walk, so I say they can go pretty damn fast.
I think they run fast, but they don't run. They run they run like Superman or like the Bionic Man, Jim. Yeah. Steve Majors.
Yes, but anyhow, go to his YouTube. It's Blue Tracker, all small letters, 122.
Yeah.
Find him on YouTube.
And the video that you're looking for is caught on film at Salt Fork. It's 5 minutes long.
Man, check out all.
And everybody's gonna tell you that it looks like something else. That's fine, but that was my night vision camera that I used. It looks like it's daylight, but it isn't. It was the night on the old cameras. I had the night vision on when I filmed it. So
and he has a lot of good info on there. So definitely check out his YouTube. Check out our YouTube. Subscribe to it. We appreciate it. If you're on our Facebook podcast page, like it, or join our Agents of the Unexplained group. It's step from the podcast page. Because
okay, Bill.
StreamYard don't allow us to, or Facebook don't allow us to stream a group anymore.
Okay, Bill, have a good one. Nice night.
Hey, thank you, sir. And
I'm just trying to get myself out there a little bit. I have to get myself a new ride. I got no vehicle right now, so see what happens. But
definitely. And I know I'll get you on here soon.
Maybe we could do something like after Easter, or something like that. Easter's on the 5th of April, maybe the end of April, or maybe beginning of May. After the conference, down at Salt Fork. Something might happen between now and then for all of us,
Let's hope. But anyhow, thank you all. Tracker, I'll be talking to you soon, and thank you again.
Take care.
This has been the Agents of the Unexplained Paranormal Podcast. Please like, follow, and share on all social media. And remember, the truth is out there.
Bill Rigby leads the way into the strange.